Welcome, the power of paint, more than just a pretty face. Okay, so I have another podcast. It's a beautiful day in Arizona. I think it's only going to be 71 degrees today. Um, but let's talk about the power of paint more than just a pretty face. Because, hey, if you're ready to dive into the wonderful, colorful world of home value, let's talk about hues. What you choose can either boost your property's appeal or send buyers running. So as a buyer too, we're going to talk about that because we all know that a fresh coat of paint can work wonders, but as a seller, it can also affect your home's value. Okay, so real estate experts, all of them, just kidding, state the colors you select play a pivotal role in attracting buyers or turning them off. Woo, I am on a roll already. Okay, you can email me here at getyourkeysfromkatie@gmail.com. I know, even a seller can, because the future buyer will get their keys from me. So hey, there you go. Let's talk about the buyer's perspective first. Does paint color matter? Okay, so think about this. First impressions are everything. First impressions are everything. So think about this. I mean, with people that you meet, anything like that, okay? So how paint color affects the emotional response when walking into a home. Think about how paint color affects your emotional response, okay? Do certain colors actually will make a space feel bigger, brighter, and more inviting? And outdated or bold colors really affect buyers' perception. Think about the 90s and that sponge paint that everybody had. A lot of people now are kind of sick of that, okay? So let me talk to you a little bit about some of the psychology of color, okay? What each stands for. Not each, I'm not going to go through 3,000 colors, but just some interesting ones. Everyone says now that, okay, subconsciously, okay, hang on. I think coffee makes everything better, don't you? Okay, subconsciously, colors speak to people. That's why McDonald's uses their colors and all those things for like food and things. So neutral tones like whites, grays, and beiges give the place a clean, fresh, and modern appeal. Blues and greens are calming and welcoming, so they're great for bedrooms and bathrooms. Dark colors like navy, deep reds, purples, they can feel elegant, but they can also make rooms look smaller. So really think about that, okay? And bright colors like big yellows, oranges, and neon tones, they can feel energetic, but also overwhelming. Okay, so really avoid red because they can be overwhelming. Lime green and bright yellow can be too intense for the average buyer, and moody charcoals and dark tones can make faces feel much smaller and less inviting. So just kind of recapping there. Unless you execute that flawlessly, it could deter buyers. So let's talk about this color that everybody is talking about called grayish. Can you guess what that is? It's this. What? Oh, hey, let me fix the background there so you're not distracted by my curious face there. Okay, so grayish is the combination of beige and gray that is often used for modern interior decorating. Funny thing is, when I'm looking at this, I guess that's the perfect definition because it's both beige and gray. So there you go. Because one problem with keeping dark and unusual colors in your home is that buyers may have a hard time picturing themselves in that space, and they are automatically thinking about the cost of what it would cost to like repaint it, so that that could affect the sale of your home. Okay. The solution is to embrace the neutrals, which are your home's best friends. So colors like this that I just shared, right? You will appeal to a broader audience. It also helps create a blank canvas, allowing buyers to see them in that space. So I'm going to kind of recap some of these. And beige and soft grays are warm and inviting and also add a touch of elegance without overpowering the senses, okay? So how do you look past bad paint choices when you're house hunting? So if you're a buyer, how do you look past those bad paint choices, okay? Focus on the structure, the layout, and the natural light rather than the paint. And if it's a red flag, like if it's got a lot of dark colors, could it be hiding damage? Or is it just really poorly done DIY paint jobs? Oh my God. So I'm going to show you some of these in a minute, but think about this story, okay? There was a lady who wanted this. So there was a lady who wanted to buy a home, and she didn't like the paint color, and she was just adamant about not buying it with that paint color, and the seller did not want to come down in price or give a credit for the paint. And so ultimately the lady didn't end up buying that house, and the final result was it took that lady 3 more months to buy a house. So in that time, interest rates went up and house prices went up, and the seller then ultimately had to actually fork the whatever had to pay someone to come in and paint their house. So ultimately they would have sold for a better price because it sat on the market too long. Okay, whatever. I think you know what I mean. Okay, so as a seller, should you repaint before listing or, paint over? So you got to think about if there's faded, chipped, or peeling paint, it can signal neglect to potential buyers. A fresh coat can make the home appear well-maintained and more appealing. And in today's market, online photos are crucial. A fresh coat of paint can brighten rooms and make them more photogenic. I always tell my sellers, you want to stop the scroll, right? So people are scrolling with their phones and they're looking, and they want to go, whoa, I've got to see that house. Okay, so we don't want deception, but if you have peeling paint and stuff in there, it's not going to be as good or as appealing to buyers. So in higher end neighborhoods, you got to consider also, or areas where curb appeal is key, buyers will expect well-maintained homes. So we have some certain neighborhoods here that they would expect more. So here's my question for you. Does paint color play a part, or would it when buying a home? Answer yes in the comments if the paint plays a factor buying a home. And I'm going to ask you another question to share some info here in a little bit. So I am going to now show you. Now, if some of you have seen my shorts, I haven't talked about him yet, but we call him the shit show supervisor. He's my friend, Torsten. He invests in a lot of homes. He's super knowledgeable about things, and we just like to have a lot of fun. So here is his opinion on painting, I think, whether you're a buyer and a seller. So let's just look at this for a minute. Oh, I see. That's the fancy expert shirt. Oh, I think I have to rewind it. Hang on. Okay, shit show supervisor. You're not wearing a shirt today, but whatever. I still know who you are.
Well, this is a shit show supervisor expert shirt.
Oh, I see. That's the fancy expert shirt.
So when you're trying to pick paint for your fix and flip, for your investment property, or most importantly, for the house that you're about to sell, you want it neutral and clean. And why do we want it neutral and clean? Is because, listen, your idea of that purple, pink, chartreuse wall, no one else likes it. Let's just be honest. But when it's neutral and clean, people will like it. And that gives them an opportunity to pick what stupid color they want on their wall.
This camera. We have a lot of fun together. But he's got a point, right? So if you're painting on a budget, let's talk about this for a minute. I don't know if I put, if you're painting on a budget, okay, think about focusing on high traffic areas like entryways, kitchens, living rooms, and then the power of just painting trim and doors for a fresh look is good also, okay? So I'm going to show you some pictures now, and I just want you to just hold on to your hats. This is some extreme paint jobs in houses, okay? Whoa. Whoa. I mean, I have no words, honestly. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. And so what do you see the problem here? I mean, not only is it just a severely red room, but the ceiling is painted red. I'm surprised the floor's not painted red. I would feel like I'm entering the gates of Hades right there. Okay, so this is another extreme. Wow. So if you look carefully, I don't think you can see my cursor. I always forget when you can and you can't. So they've got a piece of wood there. Okay, so you see it's a bathroom and gross. It's not clean. It doesn't have a thing on the back of the toilet. The paint job is extremely terrible. But they also, I believe, where that wood thing, that wooden pole thing that comes down, I think they tried to paint just the top of that thing to make it look like wood. And it's just awful. So imagine walking into this home thinking, woo, so this place is great. And then you see that. I mean, I'm assuming more of that house has horrible paint jobs, but this is a point as a buyer that you could look at. Maybe I could get seller concessions for that, or credit, or I love this layout, I love the neighborhood. A paint job is fairly reasonably cheaper to change a house than not buying the house. Does that make sense? Okay, anyway. Ooh, whew. That is yellow. Okay, so now I'm going to show you something. It's not to say, now I'm only talking about when you're listing your house and when you're selling your house. We can talk about, when you're selling your house and when you're buying your house, okay? Listing, selling, whatever, same thing, buying. Because there are certain, you can use colors in lots of ways. So I got a lot of topics on this, okay? And I know some great painters. So if you need a painter, let me know. Because look at how beautiful it could be. Now that's gorgeous. So that's a yellow that I could get on board with, So, here is another question for you. What is the craziest color combo you've seen in a house? Email me the story and I may feature it on my show. So of course it's got to be along with the topic, but get your keys from Katie at gmail.com and let me know what the craziest color combo you've seen in a house is. Okay. It's Wednesday and I feel like it's Monday. Okay. So here are some tips. Okay. For buyers. Okay. When to negotiate paint in the offer. Okay. So can you ask the seller for a paint credit? Okay. So where this is going to come into play is your agents having amazing communication with each other. And that's something that I'm very good at. I love talking with people. I love it when we can come to a mutual decision and make everybody feel like they're winning. Okay. So can you ask the seller for a paint credit and then estimate the cost of repainting before buying and decide whether it's worth it if you don't receive a seller credit? Okay. So also simple ways as a seller. Oh no, sorry. To fix a paint problem after you buy. So if all of these things are bothering you and you're not getting a credit and that kind of thing, here's some simple ways to do it. Okay. You do one room at a time. And then you choose the right finish. So you got like flat, eggshell, satin, gloss. I'm going to show you that right now. Okay. So here's a breakdown of how each sheen type performs. A flat or matte hides imperfections well, making it ideal for ceilings in areas where you want a subtle, non-reflective finish, but it's less durable and harder to clean. So you got to really take all of these into account, because if you have a bunch of kids, or as a buyer, you have a bunch of kids, you're going to want to know how easy it is to clean these things, So eggshell offers a balance between shine and durability, suitable for walls in living areas, bedrooms, and hallways, and is more washable than flat paint. Satin provides a slight sheen and is durable and easy to clean. That's a plus, making it a good choice for high traffic areas like kitchens, bathrooms, and hallways. And then you have gloss, which is the shiniest finish, offering the most durability and resistance to wear and tear, making it ideal for trim, doors, in areas prone to spills and stains. So you really just have to think about what your best option is and how that's going to affect you, kind of thing. So let me see here. Okay. How does paint affect offers and home value? Well, if you think about it, certain colors can add or subtract thousands from an offer price, and it could bring you in less money as a seller. Okay. And often, here's what happens. Buyers often overestimate the cost of what it is to paint an entire place, and that could greatly affect the offer as well. So this is why you need good agents to help you with this process, okay? Because there's a lot of things that sellers and buyers freak out about, and it's stressful. So you just need someone that's going to support you. Hopefully some of these ideas have helped you today. And we're going to go with final thoughts, okay? Remember, first impressions are everything. Buyers, don't let a bad paint job scare you away. Paint is one of the easiest things to change. Okay. If you're on a budget, think about painting one area at a time. Now, if you're a seller, if you're on a budget, focus on high traffic. Oh my gosh, I forgot to bring Sit Squatch over here. Focus on high traffic areas and or problem areas, neutral colors, and don't overpaint. Okay. And then one more thing, repainting smartly can make your home sell faster and for more money. Now, this is something I never asked for, but I'm going to do it today. Woo! Like and subscribe. It will make Sit Squatch very happy. Oh, it's very, I swear I didn't promise. I didn't leave him out on purpose. But thanks for joining me today. Tell me your stories, email me or whatever, comment here. It doesn't matter. And I'll, on Friday, so 2 days from now, and then if you're watching this, whatever, this will be the next podcast that I do. I'm going to talk about funny paint stories. Okay. And I might have some awesome pictures again. Okay. You remember what Sit Squatch says. The journey begins with you. So be good to yourself. This is how I end all my podcasts. And this is me. I always mess that up. The Horgan. I love you. And I'll see you on the next one. Woo woo.